Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Code Man Movies. Guys, this is going to be nothing but an Ant-Man-filled episode today. We're just going to talk about every single movie Ant-Man has been in, talk about his arcs and such like that, and everything he's done leading up to Ant-Man and the Quantumania. I will talk about it in a non-spoiler way, and then by the end, we'll talk about it some spoilers, because it's kind of a hard movie not to talk some spoilers about. So yeah, we're going to talk about Ant-Man today. Life updates, there's not much. I'm working. Chester's doing all right, aren't you, Chester? He's currently laying down in front of me. He's still adjusting. He's definitely still adjusting, but he's been a good boy for most part. He's been doing well. Last night was the first time we went out together. We went to a brewery. He got into a fight with a small dog. I don't know how he's doing with dogs. He gets very excited around people too. He honestly is a very gentle and loving and affectionate dog, and kind of a couch potato, but he gets very excited when seeing people. He loves people, so we're gonna get him adjusted. He also likes jumping up on people, and that's the thing we really need to change, because I don't like that. I don't like dogs jumping up on you. So yeah, that's the big thing. He's laying down. Laying down. Going to the side. We just took a walk. I think he's kind of tired. We also played around. Anyways, guys, let's talk Ant-Man. Grab your alcoholic beverage. Today, I'm just having a black cherry, White Claw. I need to start picking up some beers from local breweries. Some of the breweries I've been to, though, I haven't really liked any of their beers that much. Yeah, maybe I have to go back to mixed drinks. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, guys, let's just get right into it. Let's talk Ant-Man, the first movie that came out in, what was it, July 17th, 2015. It would have been the movie directly after Avengers Age Ultron. This movie was originally supposed to be directed and written by Edgar Wright, I believe, and he kind of, it seemed like he didn't want to really abide by the rules of the MCU, essentially, and it didn't end up working out. And so instead we got Peyton Reed, who did Yes Man, I think I Love You Man, and some other comedies. So yeah, Ant-Man, this was a character I really didn't know all that much about going into this movie. I remember watching the trailers and not being blown away by it. And I remember going to the theater to see it and thinking it was good. I didn't think this movie was all that great, like everyone was saying. I did like that it was kind of small scale. I did like, by the way, we're going to talk all spoilers for all these movies except for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. I'm assuming anyone who's watching this video has seen all the other movies that Ant-Man has been in. I will not do spoilers for Ant-Man and Quantumania right away. I will let you know when I will start doing spoilers. But anyways, spoilers until then. So I like that Ant-Man was kind of just this smaller film. It was a heist film. The things that really bugged me about this movie, though, first of all, the villain, what is his name? Darren Cross, I think, Yellow Jacket. He is the most generic mustache twirly villain you can imagine. My neighbors really do look at me a lot. Guys, I need to get a house. Something where my neighbors won't look at me as much. Anyways, he's a mustache twirly kind of villain, and he's just very generic. He really doesn't do anything but laugh a lot, and yeah, I was annoyed by Darren Cross in this movie. Uh, they do try to explain it. They say that, oh, he's messing with the pin particles and it's messing with his brain, it's making him go mental. I don't love that. I just think that's kind of a cop out for him acting like a twirly whirly villain, I guess. I don't know. I would have preferred they did something else with that. So the villain sucks in this movie, I'll say that. I know a lot of people like Michael Pena's character, T.I.'s character, and I forget what the other guy, Darren Jawafshin's character. They are just stereotypical characters, in my opinion. Michael Pena is just what we stereotypically feel. I don't know. He just feels like a stereotype of a Mexican person. T.I. is just kind of like a stereotype of an African American person. That's just how I feel about it, I guess. I don't know. It feels icky when I'm watching this movie for some reason. I just don't love what they did with those characters. Uh, some of the things they do is funny, and then other things that they do are just not funny. For example, I do like Michael Pena, like So I knew this guy who knew this other guy, who knew this other guy who's telling this story. I do like that. But then there's another moment like where it's towards the end with a big fight and there's the police all around them. They're like, go, 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 go. And they're like, oh, never mind. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. It just keep backing up. Back it up. Like it goes on a little too long. If you just said back it up like twice, it'd been fine. But they do it like 4 or 5 times. They just get annoying to me. I don't know. I found those characters just so annoying in this movie. Um, I love Michael Douglas as Hank Pym. He's great. Evangeline Lilly, though, she's just kind of there in this movie. I don't love her character in this movie. She's kind of just annoying and snobby and eh. I don't love Hope Van Dyne in this movie. Uh, so honestly, my biggest issues with this movie is just some of these moments that are supposed to be funny and they're not. The characters for me are really just what suck, and then the villain. I don't love the villain. Uh, I do love this relationship between Cassie and Scott, his daughter, the daughter father relationship. I do like that. Um, and other than that, there's just some really silly, stupid stuff that happens in this movie. The whole Baskin Robbins bit is just, again, it goes on too much. It would have been fine if it had just been a little less, but instead it's too much. You have the bit with the guy going in, I want a fresh burger. No, this is Baskin Robbins. Okay, anything warm, fresh, blah 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 blah. Like it just goes on too much. And that's my biggest issue. This movie's just too much at times for me. I know a lot of people love this one. This one's good. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's not a bad movie. I just personally didn't love it as much as everyone else. For me, Ant-Man from 2015, it gets like a 6 out of 10. It's nothing spectacular in my opinion. I've rewatched it a few times. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad movie. There's some really great visuals. I do like the action sequence in Cassie's bedroom at the end. Uh, yeah, there's some good things in here. There really is. And there is some good character. I think Scott is a great character. I think Cassie's a great little side character. Hank is a great character. And there's just a whole bunch of these other characters that I just don't care about. I love the scene between Falcon and him. It ties it into the universe without being too much. So yeah, I really do like Ant-Man. Just not one that I rewatch a lot. It's not my favorite. I'll say that. Next up, guys, Captain America Civil War. We're not going to talk too much about Captain America Civil War necessarily. I just want to talk about uh, Ant-Man's role in Captain America Civil War, which he doesn't come into the movie till about, I don't know, what is it, hour 40 minutes in? Right before the airport sequence. It set it up at the end of Ant-Man where Anthony Mackie's character, I just said it, Falcon, was looking for him to help out with Captain America. And I love his role in the fight. I think he's a standout part of that fight for sure. Just that fight at the airport is just incredible. I love that sequence at the airport. It's so beautifully done. The action is spectacular. Uh, the thing I think a lot of people were worried about, including myself in a sense, is that we're saying it's Captain America versus Iron Man, but they're friends at the end of the day, so they're not going to actually do anything to do it. It's not going to matter. This movie's not going to matter, and this movie did matter. You did feel like they were going to take each other down, even if it meant killing the other. Like they had to do it. Um, Ant-Man's role in this, he doesn't necessarily have any stakes like that. It's just like, oh, Captain America asked me to do something, I got to do it. And that's fine. I think that works for the character of Scott. I love when he gets big and just his Paul Rudd's laugh is just great. And at the end, does anybody have any orange slices? I absolutely love his part in this movie. It's just great. He does such a Paul Rudd is fantastic for this role. The water truck thing, I absolutely love that. Uh, and then in the end, when he ends up getting in the big floaty water prison thingy mablinger, yeah, that's really kind of where we leave him for this one. He doesn't have much of an arc in this one. but we do see that he wants to be part of something bigger. We do see him fanboying over Captain America, which is really awesome to see. And we do get introduced to Giant Man, or however you call him. I honestly don't know what you call him, but we get introduced to him as that, and that's really cool, I think. So, uh, like, I wasn't really reviewing this, I guess, but if you didn't, I have reviewed this actually in the past. I think I reviewed this when it first came out in 2016. Um, I gave this a 9 out of 10. I think this is such a good movie in my opinion. I love Captain America: Civil War. I love how they balanced everyone. I love that everyone felt like they had an important part. A lot of people call it Avengers 2.5, and I agree with that. I think this is way better than Avengers Age of Ultron and did more for characters than Avengers Age of Ultron did. He's sleeping, guys. And go, with what? I love my dog. He's adorable. He's so cuddly and affectionate. I just love him. I love him. I tuckered him out, I think. Yeah, we tuckered Chester out. Okay. Anyways, guys, Captain America Civil War, Ant-Man's part, like I said, nothing big, but he is in it, and we do see him go through something big. He goes and fights with Captain America and gets arrested for it. So, next up, guys, is Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is a movie that everyone seems to hate. I don't hate this movie. In fact, I think this is better than the first Ant-Man, in my opinion. I know that is a big hot take. I like this movie. For some reason, this movie did it a little bit more for me. I like where Scott is at as a person, on house arrest after the events of Civil War. I totally buy that too. I buy the fact that he wouldn't be a runaway like some of the other members of the Avengers did. Uh, he would want to be home with his daughter. He lost so much time being in prison that he wants to be with his daughter. And I totally bought that. I liked that they put him on house arrest for this one. Um, I also buy that Hank. Well, actually, the thing I don't totally buy is the fact that Hank and Hope kind of just get mad that he went and fought with Captain America. He's Captain Frickin' America. Like, well, that's not true. I get. Well, no, he's Captain Frickin' America. He's not on Team Iron Man side. I guess maybe they'd be. I feel like they'd be more mad at him if he had teamed up with Stark, but he didn't. He teamed up with Captain America, who's against Stark in that Civil War. I don't know. I don't totally buy the fact that they're so angry at him, but they're not talking to him. I don't totally buy that. I don't buy that 100%. I do like Evangeline Lilly's role more in this. I think she's a great Wasp. I think she does great in her action sequences. I like her character more. She's not as annoying in this one for me. Uh, Hank, again, Michael Douglas, he's great. Um, we have a different villain this time around, Ghost. Uh, Her character is kind of just there, but at least she's not this mustachy, twirly villain the way Darren Cross is in the first Ant-Man. I don't know. I enjoyed her more as a villain this time around. I think she had real purpose. I mean, she's struggling through something that looks terrible, and she just wants to feel better. She wants to get better. You also have the side villain thing, the Walter Goggins guy. He almost doesn't need to be in the movie. I wish he wasn't in the movie, actually. He and his crew are just there. Again, you got Michael Pena's character and the other criminal crew, I call them, I guess. They're less annoying to me in this one for some reason. Like, they seem less stereotypical this time around. I don't know why I find them so stereotypical in the first one, but I do. Uh, I just, I don't know. There was something about them in the first movie that I didn't like, but I enjoyed them more this time in this movie. Uh, yeah, I thought they were a little better. I think it's really stupid that they're like running this security company. I think that's a little, again, similar with the humor in the first one. There's moments of this that really work as far as humor goes. I like the truth telling serum thing. Uh, then there's just this stupid stuff where they own a security company and it's not funny, and I think it's just supposed to be funny. The thing with Scott's desk is stupid. So yeah, there's just a lot of little things in here that I don't love. I I like the action in this one. Again, it feels smaller stakes, but at the same time is still thrilling. I love like the car chase sequence where they're going down and then getting big again, how they do the thing with the Pez dispenser. I absolutely loved all those moments where Scott turns into a giant man and he's like driving a truck like he's on a skateboard. I mean, I liked every kind of thing like that. I love the action sequences in this movie. Um, yeah, and I love the fact that Hope and Hank are trying to get down to the quantum realm to save what's her name? I can't remember. Michelle Pfeiffer's character. Hope, Hank, and I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name. Hey Google, what's Michelle Pfeiffer's name in Ant-Man and the Wasp? Michelle Pfeiffer plays Wasp in Ant-Man and the Wasp. No, she doesn't. Liar sack. He said, did you hear what he just said? He said Michelle Pfeiffer plays Wasp in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I mean, she was the Wasp at one point, but not anymore. Not in the new movies. I forget what her name is. Anyways, guys, it really doesn't matter. The point is, Michelle Pfeiffer is great, and they're going down there to save her. Uh, yeah, guys, I like the story of this one. I like Wu as a character. Agent Wu is a cool character. How's it going, Chester? Hi, buddy. Just he's very particular on how he has to like get up every 15 minutes to like readjust how he lays. It's quite hilarious. Anyways, guys, yeah, I enjoyed this one a little bit more. Again, this isn't one I rewatch all the time necessarily, but I think I enjoyed this one more than the first one. Uh, yeah, these are just nice light movies. The end credit sequence is absolutely awesome too. The fact that he's put into the quantum realm and the snap happens. I kind of like that too. I remember watching it going, oh boy, and just being really excited for Avengers Endgame. So yeah, I mean, again, is this the most important MCU movie? No, but I kind of like that. It was kind of nice to watch this after watching Infinity War. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I enjoyed this one, guys, a little bit more than Ant-Man. I still don't love this movie necessarily. There's a lot of dumb, goofy stuff in here. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Oh, and I didn't even talk about Lawrence Fishburne. I like his character. He's kind of underutilized and just nothing really at the end of the day. So again, another reason why I'm just kind of at like a 7 out of 10 for this one. Some silly stuff happens, but I still enjoy this movie. It's a fun time to watch. Next up, guys, Avengers Endgame. I think I've talked about this one a few times on different episodes. This is a perfect movie for me, guys. I've seen this movie 18 times in theaters. If it went back to theaters again, you bet your butt I would go see it. And I I just love this movie so much. I really do. Uh, Again, we're just gonna kind of talk about Ant-Man in this one. Who is he even on the? Oh yeah, he's right there. He's right there. I was gonna say, Ant-Man even on here? He's kind of actually an important part of this movie. He gets out of the quantum realm in a really stupid way. Yes, a rat jumping on the thing is kind of weird, but also it's comic book movie, guys. That happens in the comics all the time. So that didn't bug me. But he gets out and he's like, "Hey, we can do a time heist." So I love that he's kind of the reason that like he's kind of the one that comes up with the idea to bring everyone back essentially after the snap. Uh, and again, I wouldn't say he does a whole heck of a lot besides that. There's nothing huge he's doing here. Um, he's got some funny bits and such like that. And the moment where he comes back is absolutely great. He goes and visits Cassie, and she's an adult, or not adult, teenager now, but that moment is really great. Uh, yeah, he's got some moments here. He's just not front and center with this one. It's really about the original crew of Avengers. They're really the important ones in this one, I'd say. Uh, and even like when they go back in time, he really doesn't do much. He helps out Tony. That's really about it. He really